Good evening. We're going to be talking this evening about some of the speech that we use here in the Appalachian Mountains, and which is dying out now. Some of the old sayings we had, and some of the old speech words that we said that kind of don't make no sense, but they do to us. And I made a video today in the truck driving, but it was too noisy. You couldn't really hear nothing. It didn't turn out good, so I decided I'd make one tonight. So bear with me, and my voice is kind of, I'm losing my voice. I guess it's just this time of year. I don't feel bad, I'm just losing my voice. And I get it about every time around fall and spring. It's like laryngitis or something. I lose my voice. But anyway, we're going to just discuss just some words and some sayings that the people around here used, and some of the older generation still uses, but it's a dying breed right now. It's going to go away if the younger people that's coming up, because they're not going to talk like we did, even if they was raised Appalachian. I wish that thing wouldn't rear up like that, but it does. But bear with it, Camry. It'll focus back. But I'd like to thank all our new subscribers and everybody that's been commenting on our videos. We've been reading them. We sure appreciate it. We'd love to read the comments. And keep commenting, keep giving them thumbs up. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, maybe. I like to be to 1,000 by May. That's my dream. And we could do so much more with YouTube if we had 1,000 subscribers. And it's just nothing but positive stuff. We get back feedback from you guys, and it's just awesome to read your comments and stuff. And I also watch a lot of you guys' channels too. I've been busy the last few days and I ain't had time really to do nothing much, but I'm gonna watch the YouTube channel this evening. Some of the friends and stuff I've got on there that I watch regularly. But yeah, there's a lot of sayings around here that only if you live in eastern Tennessee or North Kentucky that you'll hear it said. And we'll start off with first and foremost, Kentucky's not a southern state. West Virginia is not a southern state. Virginia is not a southern state. Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee is southern states. Mississippi, South Carolina. I'm not sure North Carolina. South Carolina is a southern state. Louisiana, I think, and Texas. But Kentucky's definitely not a southern state. But we did fight on the southern side in the Confederate War here and got beat badly in the Monticello National Guard. But anyway, besides that, since I had that National Guard shirt on, but we are something that the southern people like to, we call ourselves southern. We are something that the southern people like to use, and that's rednecks. Rednecks is not southern people. Rednecks come from eastern Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia, out of the coal mines. Look it up. They wore red bandanas around their neck, and they marched over the coal battles back in the Cold Wars. That's where redneck come from. So there you go, a little history. Kentucky people and West Virginia people are your true rednecks. I don't live in the bluegrass state. I don't have nothing to do with the bluegrass state. I live in southeastern Kentucky or eastern Kentucky. It's not the bluegrass state. It's not. We don't live in the liberal Lexington. Bluegrass is very liberal. We're not. We're in the conservative part. Kentucky's like two different states, almost two different types of people. You're getting Louisville, you're getting Lexington, you're getting liberal, very liberal counties and government and stuff. But we're not bluegrass. And if we're off traveling and stuff, I always say, don't call us bluegrass, call us hillbillies, call us hicks, call us rednecks, call us whatever you want to, but we are not bluegrass people. We're not from the bluegrass state. We're from the hills of eastern Kentucky. And we just got a talk around here that's different. Like I say, it's a dying out in each generation. And I'm gonna get with some of them words that was said, and one of them, they always, I was gonna tell my brother-in-law he's done better. When I had the truck wreck with the load of lumber, but he's not able to drive yet, but he's alive and here with us. Got hit in the side of the head with a board. I see driving that road, come through the driver's side and hit him right here in the temple and behind his ear here. Knocked him out for about 6 hours, and They said as long as his brain didn't swell, didn't get no bleeding, he'd be all right. But it didn't. But I think he's having some memory loss and stuff. But I have that anyway, so I don't know. It's but he's at home, but he ain't been able to drive and stuff. Been dizzy and stuff, and like I say, he had a truck 2015 Peterbilt. He just bought new like 1 year, had it paid off, and now it's totaled. That was their livelihood. That's how they lived. Him and my sister, and they worked for lumber companies around here hauling lumber. That's all he hauled was lumber and squares and ties. And he's been doing it about 20 something years now. And so remember them. They might give him a new truck or whatever. I guess he had insurance. I don't know the deal or nothing, but he's gonna be all right. I ain't hearing nothing over the weekend. That was the news Friday. But anyway, we'll get into some of these words that we used around here. Mommy, Angie, whatever we call her, was talking about. I call her Mommy or Angie sometimes. Was talking about coming home. She wasn't. She was raised in. She's got a Southern accent and can look Southern, but she's Southern. She's a Kentuckian, but she was raised in the city of Monticello. Wasn't raised out in the mountains like we were, and they didn't talk like we did. I mean, it's just totally different. She don't know some of the old sayings. She knows some of them, but not all of them. We was acting a fool coming home a while ago talking about them. I should have, if I had a camera and got a video, it'd been good. And I got her on the poke one. Who knows what a poke is? A poke is a poke of groceries. You got 3 pokes of groceries in the car to pack in, boy. A poke is a paper bag full of groceries. Poke. That's a poke. When I got her on that, I said, call your mother and ask her what a poke is and see if she knows. And she did, and her mother told her, said, it's a poke of groceries. It's a bag of groceries. And she still couldn't understand what we was talking about, but we had a good laugh out of that. But a poke is a poke of groceries. I mean, that's a word that you don't hear no more around here. I don't use it no more. Which we got out traveling and stuff, or my language would even be more backwoods country if I hadn't got out and modernized it some. And but youngins, and I'm trying to think of some of them. Youngins was one of them. That Yuns is a real popular one they use all the time. Yuns, come back now, you hear? Yuns, don't be gone so long next time. Come back and see us. That means don't stay away so long or something like that. They say, Yuns, don't be gone so long, Yuns. Why, we ain't seen Yuns in years. They still, a lot of people use that word around here, Yuns. That's us Southern Kentucky, Eastern Tennessee word. There's so many of them I can't even, oh yeah, no, one of them was the tomcat with kittens. That means no. Somebody wanting in? No. Is that you, Mommy? Yeah. Alright. I'm doing a video. But anyway, was tomcats with kitten means no. And what that means is if somebody was answering you and you asked them a dumb question that you should have known the answer to, and it was no. They said, does a tomcat have kittens? Well, no, it don't. You know, that's saying you're a dumb butt. You should know that question. But now down south, they use the word, the phrase, what is it? Bless your heart. Now around here, they don't use it like they do down south. Bless your heart down south means you're dumb. Around here, it means bless your heart. But for the people down south, it means you're dumb. You're just a dummy. Bless your heart, you're dumb. But around here in Kentucky, it means bless your heart. They feel sorry for you. But yeah, I remember a lot of times you'd be working on something or doing something that was simple and especially around the men folks and if you didn't know what it was or something, it was something very simple and it was a no answer, they would say, does a tomcat have kittens? You know. You know's another one, you know. I guess you do know, if you know. And I'm still trying to think of some of them. Oh yeah, we'd always go clean over in the woods or I was plumb down there in the bottom of that holler when that doggone dog treed up on top of that mountain. We like to never in the world got up that mountain. They like to kill us all now. That's the way we talk. But, you know, and I was way over yonder. Yonder is a word that we use a lot. It's very common in our language. I could have done these back 20 years ago, but like I say, me and Angie's been out so much in other states and stuff and lived around different places stuff. We've kind of got to change our language, but not completely. Well, hope is one. Now my grandpa and them used that, and I ain't heard that in the my parents' generation. I don't hear no of them using that word. That was in my grandparents' generation. They like to use hope still, help. They said, come and help me get this, help me get that. My grandpa did. Help me hold this log, or help me turn this log, boy. And anything that stuck in a log to turn the log or whatever was a log dog. If you drove them in with a hammer, they was log dogs. To hook to a mule to pull. A lot of people have other names for them. We call them snake dogs, log dogs. Cane hooks that you rode logs with, they call them, they're can hooks or something like that, but we call them cane hooks. That's what they're called in eastern Kentucky. It's cane hook. Grab that cane hook. That ain't pronounce it. And we have go devils. If you don't know what a go devil is, it is a wood mallet splitter or go devil. A go devil's a go devil. I don't know what a go devil is. It's a wood splitter. But they call them go devils. I don't know where that comes from either. But get that go devil or use it as a sledgehammer on one side or bust wood with it on the other side, you know. And I used to pack a little go devil around and drive wedges in trees with. But I don't know why they call it a go devil. They got a bunch of slings out there. It was kind of funny. Some of them was. And I had a bunch of them in my head earlier. I said around that time think them, but we'll say them without even realizing it when we're out doing something, working on something, or anything, or just or if we had a hard day to work, that gun that's just about killed me today. It's always they just about killed us, you know. If you had a hard day, you know, it's tar or whatever, and but there's several slings out there, and if you say to somebody off here, they look at you like you're crazy. What are you talking about? It's like Dixie loaf. A lot of people don't know what Dixie loaf is. Dixie loaf is a Dixie loaf. A lot of people don't know what Dixie loaf is. It's a good sandwich meat. I love it. It's a southern thing. It's a southeastern Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, places like that's got it. But a lot of places don't have Dixie loaf. They about quit making it here too. And I've had several comment on that one Walmart video while I was asking for Dixie loaf, what it was. It's a ham loaf, kind of like a ham. Maybe not so much of a ham, but something in that line. Let's see. What else did we use? It was tote something. If you're carrying something, it was tote. You gonna tote this gun a while, or you gonna tote this bag or poke a while, or whatever. It was tote. At and about went away with too. I don't hardly use it anymore. I used to when I was younger, but I about got away with that and used carry now. And we never did say daddy. It was always die. Die meant daddy. And if you ever hear me talk about my dad or anything, you'll catch me saying it. I did out at the cemetery the other day. I said, die. There's Daddy's grave. And I wasn't doing it meanness. I wasn't doing it to be funny. I was actually saying die. That was what they called them. They didn't have no name for the mothers or mamas. So besides mommy. But I guess it's easy for them to pronounce. But let me think of some more here right quick. I used Lord have mercy a lot. Lord have mercy on everybody back then. And they used that a lot. When you get in trouble, they're gonna cut the blood out of you. That was one my parents used a lot. Or bust your young'un's hides. the old people didn't like you running in and out of the house. We all went to our grandmas and grandpas on the weekend, especially on Sunday. They were church and stuff and have dinner. And big family on my mom's side, and that's all us grandkids playing stuff, get running in and out of the house. Grandma said, "You youngins gonna cut it out running in and out that door. I'm gonna bust you untied." And you untied, you know, and she never did all. But we done a lot of stupid stuff back then. We ain't got killed. We burned all the hair off our dog one time with WD-40, you know, piece of PVC pipe and WD-40 and a cigarette lighter, and made us a blowtorch out. Just scalded the hair off her dog's hand. She didn't know what happened to her. Grandma, we don't know what happened to the dog. It got too close to the stove, making us a flamethrower. We used to play Army with real BB guns, them little single pump Daisy Red Riders. We play Army with them things. I've got scars. Actually, I've got BB scars here on my arm where my cousins and stuff is shot us. They stick in the skin. We's crazy. But then we get hold a bottle rockets and shoot at one another. One time I was grown then. I was probably 18, 19-year-old. We got I started playing with the kids, being a kid myself, and had a bunch of fireworks. And I shot one right by my mama's. I mean, it went right by her eyes. It wasn't hadn't put her eyes out. It goes up there and goes kaboom. And it fell over. When it did, it shot right by her eyes and hit the side of her house. She about beat me to death over that. See, there we go again. She about beat me to death. She didn't. She just was hollering. She about blinded me. That's about all she said. But, well, yeah, we just use sayings like that. I mean, if a social worker or somebody out here hearing us talking, they think we're going to kill one another. And it's not. It's not. They just said that stuff. Cut the blood out of you with a switch or, no. Well, yeah, some was pretty rough on us. I mean, you know, we know the respect of mine, but, you know, no, it's just our way of talking. And you wouldn't dare talk that way around now out in public. You'd have a social worker and a state trooper and everything on you for saying stuff like that. But, and I would have never thought a gender, I don't even know what a gender is. On my Kentucky, it's bad. On the Fish and Wildlife, they got on their hunting license, they got the gender. They had it on there last year, and I re-corrected them. I erased the gender out, put sex, male or female. I never did get checked, see what they say about it. I don't know what a gender is. There's only female or male. There's no in between, or God only made two. You can't take two roosters and make more population. It would die out if God intended to be same-sex marriages and stuff. But we can have a field day on that stuff right there. But, you know, you wouldn't think you'd see stuff like that here in the mountains, but we do. We see it. We got a lot of people coming in here from New York and up north, and they're just moving in and coming in our school systems, and that crisis on the border is gonna destroy us small town people if we don't get some government in there to do something very quickly. And I mean, the drugs, we done eat up with drugs. That's like southeastern Kentucky, West Virginia, these little towns, we are eat up with drugs already. Meth is running wild. I mean, I can just drive you through town in this video to people and show you 60% of the people on meth. I mean, my age and stuff, they look like they're 90-year-old. They got a tube in their head. They won't weigh 80 pounds. And it's just, and now they're letting them cross the border to bring even more drugs in. I don't think so. But we're very conservative people. I always was a conservative. I was born a Republican. My dad was a Republican. And he never would vote the other way, and I won't vote the other way. And I don't stand for Kentucky government at all. I don't like Mitch McConnell. Never have, never will. I know he was a traitor all along. He's a true Democrat. He's just in the skies. He's with whoever's winning. He's another one they need to kick out there. He's too old. They need to give Biden a box of crayons and set him in a corner so we're going to let him color books all day. Still trying to sign whatever he's been assigning bills and stuff. You can tell he ain't all there. I'm not making fun of him, I'm just telling the truth. And that's why I said we're not the bluegrass state. We're not that liberal bunch. It just sickens us in this part of the country to know how sorry Kentucky is right now. I know it's one of the sorry states out there. And you would think of the churches and the stuff is here in this part of the country that we would at least be one of the last ones to go left. No, no. It's awful right here in our school system right now with the Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. It's awful. They moved in here on us. We can't do nothing about it, It's gonna be some hard times. It's gonna be some rough times ahead too. Could be some dangerous times too, because you can only back a dog so far in the corner, it's gonna come out fighting. That's another old saying. You stir in a cow paw long enough, you're gonna get a smell too, And that's what's going on in our government. We talk about a lot. Me and Andy does. I could do a lot of videos on it, but there's so much of it out there, I just don't do it. And you can listen to me talk 5 minutes, tell what side we're on. But do I think the election's fair? No, I know they cheated. It's not a doubt in my mind it was cheated. You don't like me, unfriend me, or whatever. I don't care. They cheated. But anyway, back to some of the old sayings. Or they would turn over in their grave, if they don't know this was going on. Even my dad died in 2017. If he knows what's going on in 2020, he'd turn over in his grave. That's another old saying. Really, they couldn't turn on the grave. Or if your grandma or if your mom seen you doing that, she'd turn over in her grave. And one of them, if you, oh yeah, I tell you the one, courting one. The courting one is the best one. Courting. You know what courting is? Courting is when you're dating. Now, if you're courting heavy, you're about living together, you're engaged, or you're about to get married. If you're courting heavy, if you're courting around, if they say, well, I still use that word a lot. Look at him over there courting around. That's all he does, courting around. Or she's a courting around a lot. That means they're running around with a lot of different men or women. Well, if they're courting heavy, that means they're engaged and getting ready to get married. Now, that's the one that's really used a lot. When I was a kid growing up, stuff, young man stuff, your uncles and stuff would tease it. Boy, you got your girlfriend yet? You courting yet? I bet you're courting heavy, ain't you? And courting heavy, you're moving more towards marriage and stuff. And if you're just courting, you're just boyfriend and girlfriend. But if you get to courting heavy, you're getting serious with it. That's the way it was. If you had a girlfriend and they start getting serious in a relationship, they say, well, look at them too. They getting courting awful heavy. They be getting married here for long now. They getting courting heavy. Or look at this person, or talking about somebody that runs around a lot with different women or men. They say, man, all they do is run around and court women all the time, or court men all the time, It's just a figure of speech. But, that was a big one. That's one I was skipping my mind that I wanted to bring up the first video, and I forgot. There's a bunch of more out there, too, but these, ain't nothing like living in Appalachia. It's pretty here. It's the prettiest county that you could ever ask for. We got a little bit of everything here. We got the lake, which is plumb in the woods right now, but we got plenty of good hunting. We got everything, but I don't like Kentucky. I don't like Kentucky laws either right now. Kentucky, I don't like you. I'm upset with you. But we can't help it. Us Eastern Kentucky people, Southeastern Kentucky people, we not nothing to do with that bluegrass bunch. But cut us in two because we're two different states. Really we are. Even in talk and speech and everything. But I know I always thought the Ohio people talk funny. We call them Buckeyes. I always thought they talk funny to me. They northern people had a talk. Michigan, Ohio, they had a speech. It was always a weird speech to me. They just talk funny. You could tell as soon as you met one on the lake or whatever, we'd say, well, that's a Buckeye. Whether they're the Buckeye or they're from Indiana or wherever, they're still a northern person does. But we want to be southern, but we're actually not. But we're almost southern. We just like about 10 or 12 miles beyond Tennessee, so I guess you could count us as southern. I'm trying to think some more of the old sayings they had. Oh, them old people, they use some words though that would kind of female dogs, they call her the B word. I'd be like, Grandpa. Well, that's what they call female dogs. I mean, you know, yeah, I won't say what they said, but that's what they. I mean, they didn't say it as a bad word. You know, they just that's what a female dog was, and a male donkey was a Jack or Jack, and a female donkey was a Jenny. And yeah, that's just the way it went. And a male dog was a dog, and a female dog was a bee. And she was, yeah. And they listen, I'd be out coon hunting when they said, listen, that old bee treeing up there. It's kind of funny. They wasn't even meaning to cuss, you know. Well, they didn't consider it cussing. It's what they call them female dogs, you know. And they some more or two. I didn't tell stories about my grandpa and them getting them wild goats. They wasn't wild goats. They goats that some hippies moved back here in the '60s and back in the rainbow days and let them loose here in the mountain. My grandpa and them got to hunting them. And that's back in their drinking days and got them up on cliffs. There's some good stories right there to tell. There's some funny stories. My uncle and them would tell me about them. Got up there and got a big old billy goat, mean billy goat. Grandpa done shot him 2 or 3 times with 22 rifle. No goat's pretty hard to kill. And he gave me, if you know, a cliff, on the ledge of a cliff. My grandpa up about 75 foot, him and my uncle. And my uncle jumped out in top of an oak tree or a pine tree or something to keep it from hitting him. And it run in between my grandpa and him, then it run up in a ledge and it couldn't get out. Well, my uncle's over here in the tree, and my grandpa had the rifle, and it's some kind of a old Marlin Glenfield 22 automatic, and it jammed up on him, and he finally killed it. But he got that old goat home and got it cleaned out and stuck it in there, and I reckon Grandma cooked it, and it stunk so bad you couldn't eat it. Lord have mercy. I can remember a little bit about the wild goats. They finally killed them all out. They actually weren't wild goats, they just went wild. They stayed in this country about 10 or 12 years. And my cousin ran in one deer hunt one morning, and it kind of tried to fight him. And I think he shot it, ended up killing it. But that was the last night I ever heard of. But them were some pretty funny stories. They hunted them for years there, my grandpa he'd eat anything. He'd eat anything. He'd eat anything, crow, anything. And they sat there one time. I remember this, and Grandpa said, "I just wonder what one more chicken hawk would taste like." It's a felony. I mean, it's a federal offense to shoot a chicken hawk, red-tailed hawk anyway. I said, "Why, Grandpa? I don't know what it would taste like." And he said, "We ought to just take the 410. That's a 410 with a 410. It never was a 410. Shoot us one and try it someday." I said, "Well, we can do that." So they tried a red-tailed hawk. They said it wasn't too bad, but not me. But now they eat bobcat. People does, but now we never did. We never did eat bobcat. I just don't think I'm gonna eat a bobcat, guys. But I've been on here for a good while, guys. I'm gonna jump off, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and kind of some of our talk, some of our way we talk. I guess we do got a speech problem, maybe. I know I do, because I've got some mouth surgery been done a little bit, but no, it's inherited. It's inherited. I talk like my parents, but or like my dad and people did. They talk very country, and my mom's people does too, but they try not to. But it's just the way we was raised, and there was so many of them out there. So much more sayings. I could make a 2-hour video on stuff they call different stuff like pokes and stuff like that. But a tear pose, what you hung back or on. I'm just getting the ones that's popping in my head. But anyway, guys, it's been a pretty good while. I'm about 29 minutes in this and here. And yeah, it just blesses our heart to see all the new subscribers and you guys comment, keep a comment, and we will get to them as soon as we can. And be sure to like our videos and share our channel. We're trying to get it to grow. We're gonna try to keep it real, try to keep it clean. I won't put up with no foul language in the comments. If we see it, I'll delete it. So if you want your comments to stay up, don't put no foul language in it, or it will be deleted. It's family friendly. We don't use foul language, and I'm not going to use it on the on the channel. But the you guys that's on our channel, I can't say, it's just like family, man. Kind words and stuff come from me. It's just so blessed to get up and read the comments. Words cannot say what it means to us, guys. I'm gonna jump off here, guys. We catch you on the next video.